this is part 2, where we will pair these edges of the 4x4 cube. In order to pair my edges, I need to find these sides so that they match up with one another. So for example, a red with a red, and they need to be next to one another, so that when I take my 3x3 again, we've now completed the centers. Now we need to finish these side or edge pieces so that they look the same, so that I can make a 3x3. Once I've done the edges, pairing my edges on the 4x4, it would have turned my cube into a 3x3. There would only be a few extra parities then on the 4x4 that you don't have on the 3x3. But for now, we're only pairing the edges. So it doesn't matter which colors you work on. Let's start on a blue and a white. There's a blue and a white. I'm going to place a marker there just to make it easy to see what I'm showing. And there's a blue and a white. What we need to do is, we need to find pieces that would pair up with one another. Blue and a white, and a blue and a white. Those two friends need to be on the same face, on the same side. You need to see both of them at the same time. However, they cannot be on the same level. There they are next to one another. That should not be. You should not be able to see both blues. You would see one blue and one white, and the way you do that is it would be on two different levels. In order to fix this so that they are in position to pair up with one another, we first need to take this right one to the back, turn it around and bring it down so that it lands on this side here at the bottom. Either it can be at the top layer like this, one left one on the top layer and right one on the bottom layer, or left one in the bottom layer and right one at the top layer, as long as they're not on the same level or layer. Now the way you do that is you take this side, your right side, and you spin it twice so that that piece lands up on the back. Then I bring that piece up to the top. Now it's on my back side at the top, and I turn it around to the right side again where I was, and I bring it down to the bottom. So there's my blue and my white, there's my blue and my white, and they're on two different levels, with the blue side showing here and the white side showing there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this one simply in next to that one. Then we're going to bring it to the top and lay it down here at the front. But when we do this level or this step, we have to make sure that these two on the top level at the back are not paired already, because what's going to happen is those are going to come down the side and they're going to finish up here in this place. But I'm going to split them so that I can fix my center pieces again. I'll show you what I mean. If I slide this one to the left, we've paired them immediately. Now I need to bring it up to the top. And now on the top layer, I slide my top to the front, and I bring this side down to the bottom, my left side down to the bottom. But now my centers are messed up, so I need to fix my centers. So if I turn to the side, I can see there's my blue, and I simply just slide that blue into place to fix my centers. So I have my first pair that's matched, but I've broken up whatever was in the back here. So whenever you want to fix your pairs here on the front, make sure that the top back two are not paired, like those. Now you can simply take any of the next colors. Here we have a blue and an orange. There we have a blue and an orange. If I simply just slide it down to this side so that they're on the same side, again they've fallen to be on the same layer or level. So this right side, once again, I'm going to turn it to the back twice. I'm going to lift it up so it lands on the top back corner. I'm going to turn my top to the right, and I'm going to bring it down the side. Now I have them on two different levels. I simply fix them into place here on the left now. But first I have to check that these two are not paired already. And as you can see, it's my blue and my whites. They're already paired. So simply what I do is I move anything else into position there that's not been paired already. There's my top back corner, my top back edge, opposite this side. So again, what I do is I just simply slide these two in, pairing them on the side. I bring them up and I bring them to the front. Now I bring my left side down and I fix my center. Now I've paired those two, but I've broken up those two that was originally at the back. Here I have a red and a green. Let's place a marker there. There I have a red and a green. I'll place a marker there. And again, they're on the same face. I just need to fix them at the back. You turn the right side twice to the back. Turn the back once to the top. Turn the top to the right and bring this one down to the front. Now I have these two on the same face, just on two different levels. But first, before I pair them on the left hand side, I have to check that my two on the back are not paired already, which they are. It's my orange and my blue. So simply what I do is I spin until I find something that can slide in there that's not paired already. So there's a green and a white and an orange and a white. So now I can pair these two by simply sliding it to the left, bringing it to the top, sliding it to the front, bringing these two that are not paired down to the bottom, and I fix my centers, my yellows. Now all my centers are still fixed, and I've paired those two. You keep on repeating this until you've paired all your edge pieces. Now that we've paired all our edges, we might find a situation where two pairs have not been paired together. For example, there's my yellow and my orange, and my yellow and my orange. I'll place a mark on that. And then on the same side, I have my red and my green, and my red and my green. Now, if we keep and use the cube like we did up until now, where they are on separate layers, and we just simply fix them on the side, pair them on the side and take them to the top like we've done until now, we are going to mess up these back pieces that have already been paired. So we are going to pair these two at the same time on a different way. And the way you do that is these two cannot be on separate layers. So for example, my orange and my yellow and my orange and my yellow cannot be like before on separate layers. We need to repeat the process by taking it to the back, turning around at the back, bringing it to the front so they are on the same layer. So I turn my right twice, I bring my right up at the top, I turn my top to the right, and I bring this one down, my right side down. So now my matching pairs are on the same layer. There's my orange and my yellow, and my orange and my yellow. There's my red and my green, and my red and my green. Now that they're on same layers, we're going to pair them together at the same time. The way we do that is we're going to separate these two layers by turning the bottom two layers to the right. Then I want you to keep an eye just on these two where I've placed my markers. We are going to fix them here at the front, these two, turning them around and then sliding them back into place. So these two with the markers will eventually end up here paired on the left hand side, and the red and the green would be paired on the right hand side with my center still fixed. So we slide and we separate these two. There's my two still together and these two are still together. I slide my bottom two layers to the right hand side. Now I lift my right side up to the top. So that one goes to the top so long. Then I bring this one to the bottom. My front, I turn anti-clockwise. Then I bring the top to the right, bringing them opposite one another. Then I bring my right side down to the front. I turn my front horizontal and I simply fix my bottom 2 layers. Now my centers are complete. I've paired these two and I've paired those. The way I did that, I fixed it on the side here. I separated them and I looked at the one side, fixing them on the side, and then simply just slide them into place.